Hey y'all, welcome back to Apron Strings. It's good to be in the house right now. I've been outside this morning working in my backyard, and I'm going to do a video pretty soon and show y'all my progress. So I came in and cleaned up and I want a salad. I've seen this salad on 2 or 3 different websites, and I have a couple of cookbooks that it's in. It's an Asian type salad. It has cabbage, green onions, and you make a sauce with soy and oil and sugar and vinegar. And you have the treat in it is you toast the ramen noodles and mix them with your nuts, and then you put it into the salad. I saw Trisha Yearwood do one similar to this, and the Farming Pastor's Wife did one similar to it. And I love anything with this taste going on in it. My friend Ruth Rayleigh makes one that has broccoli and it has sort of these flavors in it too. And man, when she bring that to a ladies' meeting, I loved it. But today I'm going to make this one, and it has a lot less ingredients than some of the others. The flavor is awesome. So the first thing we want to do is break up our ramen noodles in little pieces, because we're going to toast them, and that's going to be some goodies that we put into the salad. Now I may have to do it some more in a minute, but I don't know. Maybe I'm going to have to open mine up to do it. Let me see. Let me get my pan right here behind me. I've got to get my butter in the microwave and get it melted. Let me do that. 1 stick of butter melting in the microwave. I'll snip it. That's what I'll do. And you just save your little seasoning packet that's in here, because you can put it in something else. Trisha's recipe, where she used this, it was in a spinach salad, and this was her surprise ingredient that she wouldn't tell people what was in it. It's toasted, they make a unique little crunch in the salad, and it's good. Besides that, they're good by themselves. If you toast them like this, they're good just to eat as a snack. Okay, I've got to get the butter out, finished. I don't have a lot of strength, y'all know that. I'm not doing too good on this breaking them apart business. I need that strong grandson here. He amazes me with what he can pick up and do. My husband used to could do that. He is his papa's mini-me, I tell you. Watching him work this weekend, and I asked Troy, did he remember when he could do that? This health issue is just real hard on a guy that used to pick up a dump truck. Funny how these things are so hard stuck together, and they just come apart when you put them in hot water. They're going to be in a hot oven here in a minute. I've got my oven preheated to 325. Y'all, outside allergies are not fun, inside or out. And I'm going to tell you, the wind's blowing. And it's worth it, though, to get to be outside and work in the yard. The sun's shining, it's so pretty. But I don't stay out through the heat of the day. I come in and do something inside till I can go back out when it cools off a little bit in the evening. Even though it's not as hot summer, it's in the 80s. So, old ladies don't need to be out in heat. Young ladies don't either, but sometimes they don't listen. But I listen to me. I need to be inside, or at least in the shade when it's hot. Well, hello guys, where you been always? Do it like I do garlic, just press down. Uh-oh. A few went overboard, but I have a good broom. We want them in little bitty pieces. It's not granola. Okay, into 2 packages of ramen noodles, I'm going to add a ½ cup of almonds. Now, my original recipe called for some sesame seeds, but I used them all. So I'm going to add almonds. A ½ cup of almonds. And I'm just going to toss this all around. And what I'm going to do, since I don't have sesame seeds, I'm going to add me a little bit of sesame oil to the sauce mixture just to give it that flavor. And let me get my butter and toss these with the butter, and then I'll get them in the oven to toast. And while they're toasting, we'll do something else. See, I'm using my little OXO cup again. Oh my goodness, it's got hot melted butter, but it's not a little bit hot. I just love it. Just in case y'all didn't know that. I'm just going to get in with my hands and toss them, because I want to be sure they've all got some of this non-fat butter on them. Now when I make butter my biscuits or my toast, my favorite butter is Kerrygold, but I can't afford to cook with Kerrygold butter, so this is just probably Kroger brand butter. It does fine for cooking. Got my hands all oiled up good. Maybe they'll look young and pretty when this is over. Okay, I'm going to get this in my oven after I clean my hands. And then we'll start cutting up the salad and making the sauce. Okay, hands clean. I'm going to put this in the oven. And I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. But I'm going to watch it a little bit in the meantime, because I don't want them to burn. I'm going to get a little measuring cup that I can stir in, because we're going to mix up some vinegar, soy, oil, and sugar to make our sauce, and I'm going to add a little sesame oil to it. Let me go over here to the cabinet and scramble around and find me something that I can put it in to stir it up. I think this little 4-cup Pampered Chef thingamawatcher will be just fine. So here's what we're going to need for our sauce. We're going to need a cup of oil, and I'm just using this time vegetable oil. 2 tablespoons of soy. 2/3 of a cup of sugar. So that's a cup of oil, 2 tablespoons of soy, and 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Now my sugar looks a little brown to you. That's because I bought the all-natural sugar the other day that I love so much at Costco. Now you just have to stir this and stir it till all that sugar dissolves. So we'll get the sauce made, set it aside, and then I've got to chop 6 green onions and a head of Napa cabbage and get it in the bowl, and then we'll add our mixture that's in the oven when it cools and put the sauce on it, and it'll be ready to go. Let me look over here in the pantry and get me just that little dab of sesame oil that I'm talking about. I know I have it because I used it in my something I made recently. And I just want a tad. I don't want a bunch. I'm just going to put a little, just like that, about a half of a teaspoon. How's that? I'm going to have to put all my stuff up over here that I keep stacking one of these days, but I'm not going to promise when. Stuff that I use all the time I definitely leave out, but like the sesame oil, it'll have to go home sooner or later. I'm just going to keep stirring this till I get it dissolved, and then I'll bring y'all back when I'm starting to do the cabbage and the green onions. Well, y'all, I left out one thing to tell you. I had to put in there 1/3 of a cup of white vinegar. And it calls for 6 or 8 green onions. And my green onions didn't have a lot of green on them. So I think I've got 8 here because I like the green onions in it. That's what gives it its good flavor, along with this wonderful sauce. And I'm using the entire onion. I'm gonna use this big Tupperware mezza bowl to toss it all in. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my onions in. And then I'm gonna work on the cabbage. And I'm just gonna cut it in half. This makes it a little bit easier if you cut it when you're shredding it, you don't have to cross cut it. Just will cut it in 4 pieces. And then I'll just cut it. And I don't want it shredded. I like it to have a little bit of size to it. And this is a nice fresh head. And there's the bottom of it. So let me get this in the bowl. And what I like about Napa cabbage, I've told y'all this before, it doesn't get mushy. I like to make a lettuce and tomato salad with Napa cabbage added to it because you've got a little crunch that doesn't wilt down and all like regular iceberg lettuce. Now I know romaine doesn't, but Troy Jordan don't like romaine. And I made a salad with Napa cabbage the other day and he didn't really like that either. Okay, we get this into the bowl. Toss it all up real good with my clean hands. I'll lay this over there to give to those chickens. The little old ladies are having to stay cooped up more because they hop up in my raised beds and they try to pick all the earthworms out. And that is not going to work. In our part of the country, we say that dog won't hunt. They're not going to eat my earthworms out of my raised beds, so we're going to have to try to do a cross fence or something where they can't get in there and meddle in business that ain't none of their business. Okay, I've got my sauce made. And my cabbage and my green onions chopped. And the hummingbirds are eaten. And I need to stir that stuff in the oven a little bit, I imagine. It says we got 6 more minutes. But I think I will stir it. Yep. I'm going to put it back in there for just a snitch, but not very much longer. It won't take 6 more minutes. Daddy would have a sty on his eye. He would say, "Sty, sty, leave my eye, hop on the first one passing by." Well, I'm about ready to do that on allergies. Not that it would work. I want rid of them. When I was younger, I never had allergies, but boy, I'm making up for lost time now. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off and go do something till this stuff comes out of the oven and cools, and then we'll toss it all together and have us a yummy salad. My noodles have toasted and my almonds. See how pretty and golden they are? Y'all, they taste good. That's a good snack. You rather have savory granola instead of sweet granola? There you go. I'm just going to toss them in. Here's my olive wood spatula here and toss this together. You need a salad to take to a potluck that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. Now, Napa cabbage is a little higher than green cabbage, but you won't bring any of it home with you. It'll be eaten. It's yummy. So I'm going to go ahead and add my sauce. And I'm going to tell y'all here in a minute what is in it because I don't have a recipe card ready to take a picture of. See how pretty it looks? Now, because I like garlic, I'm going to sprinkle a little garlic powder in mine, and a lot of your Asian stuff will have garlic in it. It's not part of the recipe, it's part of Gay's doings. Y'all know how I am about garlic and onion powder. That's why you need to watch the video, because most of the time I do a little bit different than the basic recipe, and to me it adds better flavor to it. Okay, y'all, I've got me some in a bowl here, and I'm going to taste of it. It smells so good. It's good. Y'all, that's so quick and easy, and you could chop your onions and your cabbage ahead of time and mix your sauce ahead of time. Even toast everything. Toss it together at the last minute. Take it to a picnic or some kind of gathering, or if you got friends coming over. That's a good one, and it stays pretty crisp in the icebox as well. So I hope y'all will try it. And if you make it and you have any additions to it, leave me a comment down there and tell me about it. And to every one of y'all that's wished me a happy birthday, it's been a wonderful week. I had a week of celebration. It makes you feel good to be loved and thought about by so many people. One of the guys I grew up with many decades ago sent me a thing on Facebook, and he says, "Knock knock, who's there? Abby." Abby who? Abby birthday. David Evans. He always makes you smile. But anyhow, I did have a wonderful birthday, and I thank y'all for every one of you that took time to comment and wish me a happy birthday or tell me on Facebook or on whatever. Thanks a bunch. It meant a lot. Perked up my days. I like this week-long birthday stuff. I might like a month-long. I got a little bit longer in April I could claim. Anyway, y'all, allergies take a toll on you, on your thoughts, and on your head hurting, and your eyes running, and your nose sniffing, and I'm tired of allergies today. So if this one's been a little bit low-key, Thursday should be better. But anyway, the good Lord bless and keep y'all. Open your present today. It's a gift. The present is definitely a gift from God. We're not promised tomorrow. I know y'all get tired of hearing me say that, but I'm trying to pound it into your head that today may be your last day, so make it count. And make sweet memories and treat people the way you want them to remember you, how you treat people. You know, you don't want them to have, well, they was a mean old stinker. No, I'd rather they say she was kind. She was patient. She gave you another chance. You know, try to make some good memories. The good Lord put His arms around you and bless and protect and keep you. And I'll be back here. Hope I get this one uploaded and I can be back Thursday with cooking for one or two. But if it's not on the right day, it'll be hanging around and get there when it gets there. See y'all then.